Hello wrestling fans, it is the one and only Wrestling Info Kid, and I'm here to bring news and rumors straight to you. Yeah, that's right. Every single video I've done, I think I said that numerous times. We need a new catchphrase, so let's try this over. Hello wrestling fans, it is the one and only, the man of the South, the one that owns it all, Wrestling Info Kid. I'm here to inform you with the news and the rumors of WWE, and only WWE. That's right, here we go. Okay, so everybody wants to talk about Raw results. Oh my goodness, was that Paul Heyman in that car that picked up CM Punk? Yes it was. Is there going to be some kind of stable being created? Who knows? Anything is possible. Could we see Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Paul Heyman working together? Oh my goodness, that would be so awesome. Okay, so let's start off Raw with a bunch of talking. What happens? Of course, Jerry King Lawler decides he's going to attack Punk. Punk takes him, puts him back in his place, and to make a long story short, Punk pretty much says that it's Labor Day, time for me to take a day off, and leaves. Alright, so, what is going on? The Kane and Daniel Bryan storyline is getting so much better. I have not laughed that hard since literally last week. It's amazing. I love it. I don't know who the creative writer is that's writing these ideas, but whoever it is, you gotta stay with them, because it's entertainment. I love it. I mean, seeing them in the match, standing in the ring, trying to hug each other, it was funny. It was really entertaining. And I hope they continue to keep going on with the storyline. Doctors are funny. The patients are funny. Kane and Daniel Bryan are hilarious. Alright, so let's get down. We got Ryback, who of course, faces he's, Jinder Mahal. I don't know what's going on with that case, but apparently guess that's over with. And you heard Jack Swagger. He said he used to be better. Jack Swagger is a really good wrestler. He's a great entertainer. He was a world champion. He is just a jobber now. Like that, I guess that's what happens. But he's gonna come back. He's gonna get a push. I can feel it coming on. Then we have Santino Marella and Antonio Cesaro. The United States champion, and it's crazy because I don't want to see Santino wrestling for titles anymore. Antonio Cesaro, I mean, who could we put up against him? I'm thinking Ryback. Let's put a title on Ryback. United States Championship, or, we could even do the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, who's gonna go after that? They got The Miz. Could we see Miz and Christian? We do know that Christian has been currently kept off of TV because he will be inducting Sting at Bound for Glory's event. So that's where Christian has been right now. As of now, WWE just doesn't plan to use him at this moment. Speaking of that, have you guys seen Triple H's new haircut? Yeah, it's pretty interesting, isn't it? Short hair. Is he done with wrestling? Or is this just a way for him to come back as a heel? Speculations have reported that Vince McMahon and Triple H have been having some confrontations because they decided that, I guess, Vince wants him to be a heel. Triple H thinks he gets over the audience being a face. Hey, either way, Triple H is still cheered for. You could be a heel, you could be a face, you still get cheered for. Alright, so, who is ready for Wrestling Info Kid question and answers? I received so many emails, and now it's time for everybody to show up their emails. So let's go and start off with Lenny DeFore. I also have a question. Where is Evan Bourne? Evan Bourne was out. He was out. They said he got suspended for using drugs or something. Evan Bourne actually was suffering from an ankle injury. The ankle injury has recovered. WWE is just waiting for him to get 100% so that they can bring him back to WWE. Now, we know that just recently, Alex Shelley signed with TNA, with WWE, and that's going to be some sort of, I hope they make a tag team. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, and is he coming back? Yes, he'll be back in WWE. Just follow him on Twitter. It's not really that hard. Luis Pumarejo said, I got a question. Anybody think WWE will sign any big TNA stars like AJ Styles? Really? Well, looking at it this way, especially with all the lawsuits going on, I highly doubt that WWE is going to be signing any of those TNA stars anytime soon. If they sign AJ Styles, he'll just get put in a jobber. He'll become a jobber. Most of the TNA superstars that come over to WWE, they either end up becoming jobbers or end up going back to TNA. Alright, so Keith A. Lichtenwallner, do you think that WWE owns part of TNA? It just seems that WWE is too worried about TNA. Well, Keith, it's a good question, and a lot of people speculate that, Vince somehow has his fingers in there. We all know that Jerry Jarrett and Jeff Jarrett are the owners. However, they are also owned by the Planet Energy Drink, which is owned by none other than Dixie Carter's father. So that's why Dixie Carter is the president. What do I think? Do I think Vince has... I think at some point Vince and WWE do have some sort of deal going on there. But I mean... It's possible. I mean, after all, if you ever seen Hogan Knows Best with, Hulk Hogan, obviously, he had a meeting with Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon said, no, I need you for another, I think it was 20 or 30 years, like Legends contract. And what my speculation is, I think that Vince sent Hogan over there to make sure that TNA doesn't fall on their faces. As of right now, does WWE feel threatened by TNA? No. All the superstars that were in WCW and WWE that really didn't make it are over in TNA. A lot of people say it's not because of, poor judgment or decisions. It's just because some people just can't stand to be on the road for 365 days a year, So this makes their schedule even easier. But no, WWE does not have any ownership or anything like that with TNA. However, they do have some deals that were legally made, so that's okay. Nelson Ortiz, are you going to see Kurt Angle next Saturday at the Hot Dog Shop Dads? I think it's called, by CBS on Airport Road at 3 p.m. That's September 15th. No, I will not be there. I will be at Carson's Pro Wrestling World, meeting none other than Christopher Daniels and Frank Kazarian. So unfortunately, yes, I will not be there. I also might be at the TNA show. I haven't decided yet. I didn't get no tickets yet, so that's up in the air. Dylan Quinn, who is your favorite WWE tag team? My favorite WWE tag team, I would have to say, is the Legion of Doom. I've always been a fan of Legion of Doom. Hawk and Animal, as soon as, I heard, oh, what a rush, you knew right away that it was good. So, anything is really possible. So, you look at it this way, and you think, what other tag teams were back originally in WWF? There really isn't any more original tag teams. I mean, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, they split. Edge and Christian, they split. Demolition, they're old, but it would be cool to see them back. There's really no normal tag team. I mean, we have new tag teams now, which consist of Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. We also have the Usos, and we also have the Primetime Players. These are actual legitimate tag teams that WWE has created, and Primo and Epico, as long as Huncio and the other guy, forget his name, always. But these are tag teams that were put together. These are just single guys that were just put together and added. I mean, the Usos, the Usos are one of the are the originals. I mean, they are the only original tag team here yet. But I gotta say, I'm waiting for Dudley's to come. I really think that if I know for a fact that Bully Ray his contract's up after Bound for Glory in TNA, where Devon left TNA. So I really like to see the Dudley Boys come back to the WWE, and I think they will, only because WWE wants to bring out their tag team division, and what better way than to have former tag team champions, actual tag teams, taking on in a maybe that's going to be a gauntlet match, a triple threat, anything. So yeah, that's my favorite tag team, Legion of Doom. All right, Stephen Faust asks, Vince McMahon gives you full control of the WWE Hall of Fame for as long as you live. Vince cannot interfere. Who would be your WWE Hall of Fame class of 2013? And also, would you throw any wrestler out of the Hall of Fame that are current? If so, who and why? Steven, that's a really good question, and what irks me a lot is to see some of these celebrities in the Hall of Fame. According to Bruno Sammartino, he basically said that he's already in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. So Vince McMahon's Hall of Fame is more of like a joke. And I know I'm going to get a lot of crap for this, but hey, I warned you guys it's going to be a controversial episode, so just deal with it. You got any problems with it? Send me a hate message. I don't really care. But I'd have to say I got to get rid of Drew Carey. I got to get rid of Mike Tyson. I got all the non-wrestlers, all the guys who busted their asses to get where they are today should be in the Hall of Fame. This is my Hall of Fame, the class of 2013. It goes like this: Bob Backlund, Macho Man Randy Savage, The Ultimate Warrior, and those who say, oh, he sucked, you gotta admit, as when you were younger and you were a kid, as soon as Ultimate Warrior's music hit, you guys went nuts. As soon as Hulk Hogan's music hit, you guys went nuts. Roddy Piper's music hit, you guys went nuts. You can't deny it. You may say now because you're older, oh, The Ultimate Warrior sucks because you've seen the, self-destruction in The Ultimate Warrior. But he was entertaining. I loved him. He was my favorite freaking WWF superstar. So, yeah, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, Owen Hart. Well-deserved Owen Hart. And now, the controversial entry. Chris Benoit. That's right. Chris Benoit would be in the Hall of Fame. Why? Because he had a mental illness. A mental illness that got him so messed up in the head because of these steroids and going on road rage, or roid rage, or whatever you want, road rage, whatever, roid rage, that he just lost it and ended up killing his family and killing himself. It was a sick mental illness. This happens. This is a life-learned lesson. We have football players who committed suicide because of the same issues, concussions and stuff. Who knows what was really going on in Chris Benoit's head? Who knew what kind of drugs he was on? Who knew what the side effects were? He lost it. He killed himself, he killed his wife, and he killed his son. It's a heinous thing, but looking back at his career, he was an amazing wrestler. He was awesome at his technical moves. He was in matches where he literally lost things. I mean, he lost his tooth against Kevin Sullivan in WCW. He put his life on the line. He would do headbutts. I mean, he injured himself. He hurt his neck. These are going to lead up to someone taking prescription pills, whether they're legal or not. But yeah, why would you take a person's legacy and destroy it because of medication? If he was fine and didn't do this, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. So, Chris Benoit, you're in the Hall of Fame. Personal life, it's a shame what happened. We're going to miss you. It's a shame you killed your family. We just wish that it was simple for you to get help that you needed. However, because psychologically nobody understood what was going on, I just want everybody who disagrees about this to go on Google, look up roid rage, and you'll see that steroids really can affect someone. And sometimes they lose their minds. And that's what happened. Now, would you throw any wrestlers out of the Hall of Fame? All the actors. I think all the wrestlers that are in deserve to be in. I mean, the actors. Bob Barker, you know what? You can't really. Yeah, you could throw him out of the Hall of Fame. He really didn't do too much. What about what the heck's the guy's name? I think it's Bob Urcher or something like that. He was the one that Andre the Giant wrapped around his neck and was like choking him. I would put him there. I mean, he's old enough, but yeah, that's pretty much the case. So yeah, so that's it for Wrestling Info Kid news and rumors. So yeah, so if you disagree, oh well. I'm gonna be getting a new cell phone. I'll be letting everybody have the numbers, so when we have the listen up, you can call in and state your opinion. All right. So yeah, that's it for the show. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to check out Wrestling Info Kid News and Rumors on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe on Twitter at CyanXHers, as well as Wrestling Info KI. The D just didn't fit, so it's KI. Also, we'll be filling you in once the shirts will be created, ordered, and sent out, as well as the trivia contest. Don't forget, we have our title match, which is scheduled. You can find that out on the Wrestling Info Kid News and Rumors on Facebook. It will be Dan Chetta, however you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I messed it up, against John. So that's going to be a really good match. Let's see who gets the Wrestling Info Kid Trivia Championship belt. And continue to follow up for wrestling trivia. Remember, Friday, Stephen Faust will not be doing the trivia, but we will be back for the match. So, everybody have a great day. Don't forget, we are Wrestling Info Kid News and Rumors. The future is here. Are you